So this module is all about rocks. So rocks can be classified into three main types based on how they're formed. So igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. And then we also know that the rock cycle is where those different kinds with heat, pressure, weathering, erosion can turn into the other types. So sedimentary can turn into metamorphic. Metamorphic can come from igneous, and so on. So rocks are made of one or more minerals. So we know it's a monomineralic rock if it's made of one mineral, and then polymineralic means it's made of two or minerals, which is kind of like this granite. Some key identifying features of sedimentary rocks is that sedimentary rocks are made of clasts or pieces of other rocks. And they can form by cementation, which is just clasts held together by minerals or cement, kind of like conglomerate. Or on the right, we see compaction, which is the weight of overlying sediments forces particles together, kind of like sandstone. All those sand particles with heat and pressure make sandstone. Most sedimentary rocks are going to be formed in watery environments where, through erosion, those particles get into the water. Um, Other debris and organisms and heat and pressure come together to form sedimentary rocks. Fossils, or the remains of once living organisms, are going to be found in sedimentary rocks. So as soon as you see that there's a fossil, I know that that is a sedimentary rock. So again, the cooling time is what determines crystal size. So um, if it cools really fast, the crystals are small, like pumice. If it cools kind of slower, then we're going to have larger crystals like the ones that we see in granite. And then intrusive, extrusive rocks are um, intrusive rocks like granite are formed inside the earth, where basalt, for example, is formed outside the earth or extrusive. So I can also use texture, color, density, and composition. So if I know that there are no crystals, it's kind of shiny like glass and it's dense, that it's obsidian. So metamorphic rocks form from extreme heat and pressure. So either regional metamorphism, which is where these plate boundaries come together, or contact metamorphism. So igneous intrusion there with heat and pressure. You had igneous rocks, and now we add more heat and pressure, and you made a metamorphic rock. There are foliation. So we have foliated or non foliated, or just those layers of banded appearance. So on the left, we see a foliated metamorphic rock. And so when I see the distorted structure and folded layers like the one above here, then I know that it's a metamorphic rock. So some other key identifier minerals is if I see a garnet in it, then I know that it's a metamorphic rock. And then if I see this mica, which is a really thin sheets mineral in a rock, then it's also most likely going to be metamorphic.